Our viewers of today, Wamuzi TV. This is Wamuzi TV Kenya News. I'm so happy to be here once again with a very special and a distinguished guest in the house. You won't believe him. Today we have a very, very good man who have been in this institution of Sigalagala for a very long time, and we are going to share with him how the politics of Sigalagala is and how it's going and what is the future of the Sigalagala National Polytechnic. Allow me to give him a chance to introduce himself and then we'll proceed from there. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm Hon.Peter Milimo, the former president of Sigalagala National Polytechnic. That's the year 2020-2021 up to July. I joined this institution in the year 2017 September, but later relocated to the class of 2018 January as a student in the automotive engineering, that is diploma, and currently I'm doing a diploma in cooperative management, that is a class of 2022 September. That only means that I did my diploma successfully in automotive, and now I am doing it in cooperative. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa. Thank you for coming, and we are happy to have you. So the first thing that I would love to ask from you, you said that you came in as a vice president, right? In that year, in that time of your election, and then later on you became the president of Sigalagala. How was the journey?
Yeah. Actually, as a person, I've involved myself in the politics of this institution fully, right from 2018 when I became a chief campaigner of one of my friend, brother Cosmas, who later came in as the president 2019, and we successfully scooped the position. The year 2020, it was my turn to lead. I came in as the deputy president under the leadership of Dominic Akala, who was then my president, my boss. But along the way, something happened and the president resigned. Then I took over as the president. That was as per the union's constitution. And I want to say, leadership is not a bed of roses. It requires commitment. It requires sacrifice. So I can only say, ni kujituma. So to me, I found it fair because it has always been my passion.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir. And now, since you now became the president of the Sigalagala National Polytechnic, did people complain when you took that part, because there was someone ahead of you, and then you now you came as the deputy president, and then now you are coming as now the president? Did people complain? Did you had any complaints concerning the people or the students saying something?
I want to admit the fact that we cannot all reason the same. I cannot say that there were no people who felt like it was not the right time for me to come in as president. But I want to believe that in anything we do, we go with the majority. The majority by then were prepared for my leadership because they had me as their deputy president, which was the second in command. So there are people who are used to my leadership as an aide to the president. So when the unfortunate thing happened to my boss and he had to resign due to unavoidable circumstances that we cannot go into details today, the reception for my presidency was good. And I want to admit that it was comrade initiated. It wasn't my own individual advances. Thank you.
So that one aside, sir, now I want us now to talk about the politics of Sigalagala. I believe you have been there since it all began this year and even last year. So I want you, sir, like you give us the difference between your season and this season? Is there a big difference, or is it there a slight difference?
Yeah, differences between our times of leadership and today's kind of leadership are very, very clear. They are there. And I can say that during our times as leaders, I want to believe we enjoyed too much of freedom. As leaders, we made decisions. As leaders, we were felt. As leaders, we were heard. And like today, I want to believe we were ready for advice during our times. And like today, our young people are immune to advice. They have been brought up in a way that if you approach them to maybe advise them, maybe give them a way forward, maybe even take in advice from other people, they are reluctant. Secondly, during our time, we had good time. We could associate with the students, and like today, you can have a student council that does not call for meetings, does not interact with the junior leadership. During our times, we used to use forums. The departmental representatives meetings, class reps meetings, and those in junior positions really played a major role in our leadership then. In our decision making, comrades were always consulted, comrades were always involved. And I think that is a major difference that I think the current leaderships need to employ.
Wow, that is very good. You have said that you people in your days, you used to have the meetings with the junior ones, and also speaking about how things can go ahead. That is very good, sir. So now the way you have talked about the differences, now you saw the election, how it was done, how it was conducted, and now we have officially have the president of the Sigalagala National Polytechnic, who is Michael Orubia. Now, is Michael Orubia, do you see that he's fit for this seat of the presidential of Sigalagala National Polytechnic?
To be honest, Michael Orubia is a young man who I met some years back. I can trail his leadership progress right from the committee levels. Michael Orubia served as one of my committee members during my time as disciplinary committee secretary. And I know he is committed. I know his level of leadership is superb. I want to believe that he's not going to lay down the comrades. If he has to live by his principles, he's one guy I want to believe is morally upright, having been a CU General Secretary for at least 2 years. So I believe in his leadership, and perhaps if he's open to advice through those people he's going to work with, I want to believe he is going to excel in his leadership.
That is good. So what can you also say concerning, I believe it's Manoa who was also vying with him, they were competing. What can be your take concerning this other man that never got the seat?
On the basis of his competitors, you see, in a competition, eventually we will have one winner.
True.
And in this case, Michael Orubia emerged the winner. He equally had a manifesto, and I could hear him say that comrades affairs. I think he had that as his only manifesto, if I'm not wrong. And like the other friends, they had stories. And I want to believe the comrades themselves were tired of leaders who come up with a series of a list of manifestos. And therefore, I remember one of the opponents to be Isaac Mutoni, advising thereafter, saying that anyone who comes with a long list of manifestos, that is not a leader. Huyo ni mkora. So I want to believe that as a leader, given the area of jurisdiction, in this case, this is an academic institution, you need to understand what you are supposed to do as a leader of the students. The moment you understand what you are supposed to do, that will assist you come up with the rightful agenda for the comrades.
Sure.
So I want to believe Noah was a fair candidate. In fact, I can say that his campaign trail was the best ever I have ever experienced before. He brought in the aspect of the national politics. And that one I must admit, you know, being a leader, you must be ready to admit the facts.
Yeah, that is true.
Noah brought in an aspect of national politics, and even anyone who was in support of Orubia, nataka kusema, waliingiza baridi. And that's something that motivated, I think, Orubia's team to come up with more tactical plans on how to make him a leader. And I want to be honest with you, that one of the tactics they used is to approach the old leaders or the elders. For example, I saw them approach me on the same, unlike the other teams. You know, you cannot do away with the fact that experience is the best teacher.
True.
Yes, you may have all the resources, but when it comes to service delivery and a clear way of to win an election, you require people who understand the political trail of that particular institution. So I want to believe Orubia's team was very bright, and I want to particularly quote one guy, the Sir Mukabana or Mkofu, of course, who gave them the advice of looking for the old and the old generation, the ones I call Abakofu. Yeah.
Sure.
Noah was a good competitor, I'll say so. And so is Lennox Lanya. The only difference that Lennox did was he did not campaign properly. But had he campaigned properly, he could have even been a better candidate for presidency. Yeah.
Wow. That is 100% true, sir. Now this, when we are talking about these other political seats who are vying for Nini, there is also this special man, Aizo, who have been a very good celebrity in this Sigalagala. All students know him very well. I even know him personally, and I desire one day, Aizo, please, you come for the interview. So what can you say concerning this man? He tried last year, it never went through. He tried this year again, it keeps on missing him. What could you think that may be a problem with him?
Yes, the Mtonyi presidency was all the comrades dreamed for. As I always say that uongozi huja na majira.
True.
And every season has its own kind of a leader. I can trace the leadership right from our own leadership to Barasa David, to Collins Okemo, to Kea Emmanuel, and now Michael Orubia. Every season requires a leader. Every season has got different challenges that the comrades face. And we require a person who has got the tactics on how to go by the comrades' agenda. So Isaac's presidency, unfortunately, it never came to pass. But I want to believe that that is a leader this institution ever missed. I want to believe that Isaac Mtonyi could have been one of the best. I say one of the best because this is one young man who understands the topography of our institution. He has been around for some time. He knows the challenges, and perhaps I want to be clear, he has served before as a general mayor at a time when students were having challenges with their accommodations. These challenges are still there, but now they have chosen to go silent. Mtonyi's presidency could have been a solution to many of the problems that the comrades are feeling today. But nevertheless, I also believe that the Mtonyi's presidency can still be seen in the Orubia's presidency. If Orubia only gets to his toes and and he means the word that comrades affairs. First of all, let him begin by looking at the institution's policies. Anything that governs the students must be made known to the students. When Orubia takes up that mandate of ensuring that there is a balance between all the institutions, Sigalagala has 4 institutions. The School of Engineering, the School of Applied Science, the School of Hospitality, the School of Business. If all these institutions are looked at and we look at the representation of the students in all those institutions, both at the school leadership and even in performance, it will be a done deal. I want to believe that, yes, we miss the Mutonyi presidency, but we hope the same may emerge in the Orubia presidency.
So sir, now on that presidency of Aizo now, I had one discussion with one of the political analysts. He was called Julius. I believe you know him. And the comment that he gave concerning Aizo presidency, he said that the presidency of Aizo wasn't meant for Sigalagala National Polytechnic. So I don't know whether you can agree with him, because actually the word pia ilitumika, ilisemekana kwa wakati wake wa kula haikuwa imefika na sio hapa Sigalagala. So I don't know, how can you say about that?
Maybe from the Christian aspect, I can say he was right, because perhaps he was being religious by saying that wakati wake wa kula haukuwa umefika.
True.
You know, we always believe that God's time is the best.
True.
And I want to believe that was his way of expressing those sentiments, that God's time is the best. I will not dispute that, that yes, as much as he's a politician, it only says a lot about it. Perhaps I said all those things about Mutonyi because perhaps I supported his presidency. Perhaps he said that perhaps he never supported him for presidency. But I wanted to be factual. The Mutonyi presidency is unfortunate we never had it. But he narrowly lost, especially his first trial.
Yeah.
The second trial, this is one man who never reached the ballot. Therefore, we cannot determine his level, rather his ability then. Given that he never reached the ballot, we can say his case was closed at 2023.
Yeah.
When we talk of 2024, we just say it's somebody who wanted to come in to show that actually it's not good to give up. Always press on. Press on, press on, press on until you realize all your dreams.
That is right.
Yeah.
That is right. Thank you so much, sir. Now, I want to hear, I believe this is the final last question that I will be asking you today. I want to hear your general view of the election of Sigalagala since you are here, or maybe even the previous year when you joined before you became the president, up to now. Do you see, maybe are we moving in the right direction with the politics of this whole, or maybe we're on the right track and then all of a sudden we lost way somewhere? So you can say something concerning that.
Yes, just as I said that I've been around for a very long time, and when I say for a very long time, it should also be noted that I have not overstayed. I successfully did my diploma in automotive engineering. I chose to do cooperative management, reason best known to myself. But you see, there is this lawyer saying that omsambwa. And omsambwa is that inching desire in you, a burning desire in you, that when something is happening and you have that undying passion, it cannot just happen or be done minus your consent, minus your participation. Even if it's just to pass by and perhaps just touch it so that the body can relax, you will go by. So all the years I have been around, my body has never been addressed during the political times. I have always participated. I want to admit that apart from the care presidency, all the other 3 presidents who have ruled after my time, that is Barasa David, that is Colin Sokemo, and now Orubia, I have participated in their upcoming as leaders. I also want to say that I have participated in the most of the young leaders who have been in the student council. The only thing is that after we have assisted them into the power, we distance ourselves from them. Not that we are making a mistake, but it's because we want them to face the reality in life. That leadership is not a bed of roses. And I also want to believe that we always distance, and I personally say I distance myself away from their leadership because, you know, advice is sought. When I assist you into power, and every now and then I'm rotating around the student council, it means I am the president, while you are just a pseudo president. That it is me leading the institution through you. So we always give them a fair chance. That yes, we come in to participate, basing on we only want to also build our part. You know, it feels good when you are facing people with some agenda, you are convincing them to vote you in, yet the person talking in you is somewhere seated. So the only role I have been taking is that of a political advisor. And if you are in the position to politically advise people, then you can equally be the best political analyst. So when I look at the politics of Sigalagal National Polytechnic, I want to believe I am in a position to even advise the management, the administration, on the better ways on how we can handle the student elections. During our time, we had the students of the School of Engineering. We had, you know, when you call something that we have had an election and you want to call it free and fair. And sometimes we add the term verifiable. That should we conduct an election, be it in a free and fair manner, are we able to verify it thereafter? That yes, it was a free and fair. Yes, I can say that Sigalagala elections have always been free and fair. But are they verifiable? We have never put it to test. And you know, an election is a process. We had last year a scenario where a student has to be kicked out of the vetting panel. This student is reinstated 12 hours to the polling day. In fact, 5:30 p.m. and the elections will commence at 6 in the morning. And those who are conducting the elections are convinced that they are going to deliver a free and fair election. You are introducing a new candidate on the ballot whose dreams of becoming a leader had already been shattered at the panel level. But still, you are subjecting him to an election where you are not giving the young man or the young woman enough time to campaign. That one cannot be called free and fair elections. That one cannot be free. And it can't be fair. You are conducting elections where the entire School of Engineering has been left out. The entire School of Applied Science has been left out. Only one institution or is benefiting, the School of Business. It's dominating. You cannot call that a free and fair election. You are not fair to those students who will have wished to be leaders in the other schools. You are fair to the School of Business because for them they take it as an added advantage. But generally I can say that the elections during our times and the campaigns themselves were very tough. I can tell you we were competing on the basis of ideas.
Wow.
Huh? We were competing on the basis of ideas. Haikuwa siasa ya majivuno. Ilikuwa siasa ambayo ungefika arena. We were calling them arena. Today they are called presidential debate.
Yeah.
Yet we allow other candidates to participate during the same day. So we need to change that term presidential debate into something that absorbs the entire process. So when you read that day, wakati unapewa ile mic, the day will be determined. The winner of tomorrow shall be determined at that very, very arena. Because it is the idea. I don't know. Idea in Kiswahili we call them I don't know, but najua Kiswahili si lugha ya mdomo wangu. Lakini I always try. Those were the days when we could say Sigalagala had politics. Nowadays politics at the onset, sisi siasa yetu ilianza December. Inaanza December, inaanza November. In fact, sometimes immediately after the new council is sworn in.
Wow.
People begin beating politics. Yes, it's an academic institution.
Yeah.
But when we allow young people to participate in the politics, we are nurturing them for future leaders. Because I can remember that the best leaders of this nation have at one point been leaders in their institutions. Back in colleges, back in universities, and back in high schools. So we need to allow our young people to participate in the politics. Let them participate without fear of contradiction, without intimidation, favorism. Let them participate fully so that we nurture the young leaders. I want just to say that times come, times go, they keep on changing. I want to believe that something needs to be done to revive the politics of Sigalagala. Actually,
anywhere near Kakamega town, and you're feeling thirsty or hungry, usitense, wait kuja Trust Cafe, cause here tunajali tumbo and of course afya yako. Located along Canam Street opposite West Lady in Kakamega town. With Trust Cafe, you can never go hungry or thirsty from beverage to fries, veggies and key energy foods at affordable prices with up to 10% discount. Na sio hizo tu. You can also order any food and it gets delivered at your doorstep. Mara that. For inquiries on reservations and orders, call 0115009849. Trust Cafe, good time, great taste.
Welcome back again. We were having a very good discussion with our former president, who have been a very, very good man in this school and in this institution. I'm getting really wise words from him. I believe you are following keenly and you are really, really learning something. To the younger politicians of Sigalagala who are trying to vie in some years to come, please don't forget to follow this person. This presidential seat, it is something that really, really require wisdom. And I believe today we have a very good wisdom in the house. And let me take you back to him. Now, thank you, sir, for coming back again. You were talking about the over general, how you have seen the politics of Sigalagala and all that. And you are talking about the seats for the younger people also and all that. You can continue, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Wamuzi TV. Once again, I wish to make just a recap of what I had just said earlier on, that as an institution, we need to do something to revive the student politics, the student leadership, and perhaps improve on it. We need to look at our institutions' policies. We need to look at our union's constitution. We need to look at it, whether they vary, whether they intermarry, so that we don't have conflicting ideas as far as the student management and leadership is concerned.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
So thank you so much, sir. Now, this is now your personal question that I want to ask you. Mheshimiwa, are you in the better days to come? What are your plans? Are you planning to vie for a seat somewhere or even back at your home county? All that you can tell us, and maybe even you have some followers. You don't know. This thing can be real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So personally, I want to say that having been a student leader and having maintained myself in the student leadership and participating in the student election affairs, I want to admit that personally, if I was to give it a trial at the local politics back home, I would have given my first shot the previous elections, that is 2022. But I had my own reasons why I never prematurely participated in the county politics. That's at the ward level. 2027 is here with us. And if you may follow me on my social platform, that is on my official Facebook account, Honorable Milimo, I'm fond of posting things to do with leadership, things to do with my home ward, and therefore currently being the chairperson of the Matulo Tertiary Students Association, I have already begun positioning myself for the future leadership of the ward. Currently, my MCA, Honorable Steve Kaiser, the 001 MCA in Bungoma County, is a friend of mine. And therefore, I am trying to do my level best that I get the rightful mentorship and the rightful backup. You know, for one to be a leader, you need to have the blessing from the kingmakers. And I want to believe that kingmakers play a very vital role in the leadership or in the success of any young politicians. I'm a fan of Papo Aroma. I am a fan of the current president. I must admit that we have one of the most brilliant presidents that we have ever had. So this is something that I want just to tell my viewers that yes, I'm in for the position of the MCA Matulo Ward 2027, I mean. I'll be coming in.
Wow.
And plans are underway. The youths of Matulo Ward have confidence in me. And I want to believe that nitakaporejea kule nyumbani na waambieni, I'll deliver.
Wow.
That I've been raised. I've been raised. I have kingmakers all over the country. And one of them being James Mwangi. In the Mulikahi, the former principal, Chevakali Boys. So I'm coming in. I'm coming in for that position. Thank you.
Wow. People of Matulo, I believe you have heard that your man, your son from the soil is coming to vie for the seat in the coming year 2027. I pray that you stand with him in that time when it comes. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for having us, for giving us the time to host you. Now maybe you have your final social media pages that you would love to tell your people to follow you.
Yeah, asante sana Wamuzi TV. As I had said earlier on, I'm found on Facebook. Just follow me at Honorable Peter Milimo. I have not used any other name. On TikTok, I'm Honorable Milimo Peter still. And also on Twitter, I'm Honorable Milimo Peter. Maybe to make my final submission, as a young leader, I want to believe I've been under the guidance of various stakeholders. Some of them are younger than me. Some of them are older than me. Some of them are less experienced when it comes to leadership, and some of them are more experienced. If I may just literally quote one of my mentors in speech, is the late Michael Wamalwa Kijana. He once told us that a leader needs to stand on the shoulders of even greater leaders than himself. So, being a young leader, I have been mentored. I have always served under the shadow of my elders. And the year 2022, when we had Collins Okemo as the president of this institution, we had issues. So I was able to summon a few individuals. We sat down with him, of course, at the council room or in the council room. And we came up with resolutions to the problems that we were facing then. From that time, we acquired a name, Abakofu. I want to be very open and categorical that the term Abakofu is in Kiswahili tunasema nebo. Perhaps we meet a group of people and we call ourselves the buffaloes. So we met young people who have been in this institution before, who have participated in the leadership, and those who had not participated in the leadership but were always in the realm of the politics of this institution. I remember the same group had their chairperson, the same group had their secretary. And the young people who now call themselves Abakofu entrusted me with the role as the one who was the senior most then, the role of the advisor. So I want to believe and I want to put it clear that the term Abakofu should not be lenient, should not be a threat to the existing leadership, should not be a threat to the existing management, existing administration. It's just a neighbor. This is just some young innocent people who are only trying out in politics. Another thing I wish also to submit this evening is that yes, we have participated in the leadership, but I have expressed my worries in how issues or student affairs are being handled as far as elections are concerned. This worries confirms that I am not successful yet, because you are only successful when your successors succeed. I want to believe that it is until my successors have fully succeeded is when I can walk around this institution across the country saying that at one point I was a student leader at Sigalaga National Polytechnic and I succeeded. That can only be determined by my successor's success. So ladies and gentlemen, we are there to better Sigalagala. We are there to acquire knowledge. As we say that Sigalagala is there to impact skills in us. We are ready. We are ready to take in skills and we are ready to go outside there and build Kenya. Asanteni sana.
Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa, for coming again. Out to our viewers, we are very much thankful for your time. Always ensure that you are following us in all our social media pages, in Facebook, in YouTube, and also in Twitter. Please don't always forget to click that notification button and to share and to subscribe. I've been your host, Prince Austin, and God bless you.